Today I'm in the wood yard. We're going to take logs and make firewood. Here we go. So these oak logs right here are just waiting for me to saw them up and split them up with the processor, and that's what's going to happen today. But today is going to be a challenging day because I am all alone. Bert is gone with his family camping this weekend, and I want to get some of this done because we have truckload coming tomorrow. We have one truckload for sure coming tomorrow, and it's going to go right there. And when he backs up, I want to have this all cleared out. So at least I'm going to get a trailer load full is my plan. I'm going to get the stuff that's on the live deck process, the stuff right in front, and then I'll start attacking some of this pile over here and probably start on this stuff right in the front row here that's kind of in the way, so I'll get that done. So that's my plan. But before I do that, I got to finish my tractor maintenance I worked on yesterday. I got to add some transmission fluid, and I've got to change or clean out my air filter. So that's what's going to happen. So on my tractor here, I know the air filter is going to be dirty because this is the air intake right here, and it's very dusty. We had some very dry conditions lately. We haven't had rain now in like a month, and it's supposed to rain in 2 days. We're supposed to get like an inch, they're saying, over the next couple days. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the air filter out. I'm going to pound that out because I'm sure there's going to be some crud in that. It's a new filter. I've only had it in there for 50 hours, maybe 40 hours. But I know it's going to have some dust and dirt in it, so I'm going to pound that out. And then I've got to put some hydraulic fluid or some transmission fluid, same thing, back here because it was a little low and I checked it. So we're going to add that. Now the whole system uses all the same stuff. And whenever I change implements, when I'm changing out from the grapple to the either the forks, which I use once in a while, or the bucket, you always lose a little bit of fluid. So I need to put some in because it's low. So that's going to happen. Then we're going to fire up the big bad orange and blue machine, and we're going to make it scream and pump some wood out. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take out this air filter. And I had the guy ask me not too long ago how I like my Coyote so far. So far it's been excellent. I have had a few things go wrong, but most of it's been my fault. The battery is right here, and the case that it sits in sits just a little bit lower than this front protection stuff here. And so I rammed into a couple piles. And what happened was that I smashed the battery basically. Oh, come on, I know you want to come off. What's the deal here? It's supposed to just pop off. There we go. So I had to replace the battery. Oh, that's dirty. Look at that. Very dirty. I'm going to wipe that out. The filter, I'm sure, is going to be really bad. I think you guys can see this. I'll tip this down so you can see. Look at that. That is lots of dust and dirt, because when we're out in the field moving the loads of logs that go into the bins, it's really dusty out there, so you kick up dust all the time. So I just figured I'd better get this pounded out a little bit here. I'm gonna take it over to the compressor and I'm gonna blow it out. Yeah, the inside looks clean, but so yeah, that's the battery was one thing, and I got a tail light that's out. And I also broke one of the signal lights up on the ropes. I broke that off right away. I think I bumped into it myself. I can't remember what happened. But other than that, it's been very good. I mean, I really haven't done anything other than just the regular maintenance, and that's pretty much been it. It's been really good. I like it a lot. I suppose if you're working in a field where there's tons of dust, or if you're working cutting and you've got leaves and grass and dry stuff like that being kicked up, that's actually pretty dang good. I can see down into the pleats and it's not bad at all. So I'm just going to put it right back on. But yeah, how often do you guys check your air filter? Because this is my first tractor I've ever owned. There we go. Now we'll go and put some transmission fluid in. So I had to lower the arm down here as far as it would go so I could squeeze the funnel in there, because this whole tractor thing is, as you know, oh come on, there we go, everything is tight. There's never room to do anything. Of course that's true of most mechanic stuff, which is why I'm not a mechanic. So we're just going to dump a little bit in and then check it. Hopefully it's going in the hole I can't see from where I am. It's just barely touching the bottom, so I'm sure I got a ways to go. I got a feeling that was probably a gallon low, would be my guess. It takes like 11 or 12 gallons, I'm not sure. The whole system. The funnel couldn't swallow fast enough. Okay, now we're getting there. So we're getting close. So on the stick here, you got a little line you're supposed to go to, and I was about halfway. I'll check again here just to see in case it settled in. Yeah, it's about right to there, and I gotta go to there, so I'm gonna dump in a little more. Let's see what she says now. Yep, right to the line. So we're good now. That's all I'm gonna put in, so that's good. See, I ended up putting in, I would say not quite a gallon and a half, but so it was pretty low. So it's a good thing I did that. There we go. So I got that done. I got one more job to do. So as soon as I got this lowered down, I'm going to take some liquid wrench, and I'm going to hit all the pivot points that aren't greasable. So all these connectors here, I'm just going to give everything a shot, because lubrication is a good thing. So basically I'm just hitting every spot that's a joint. So I'm sure there's experts out there going to tell me I'm doing it wrong, but I don't know. Not too hard, you just put some grease on, lubricate it. All right, now we can get to work. Done playing around here. So there we filled it up, and I sprayed all the movable parts. I sprayed everything that's a connecting point with the liquid wrench. Sprayed all those, so we're all greasy and slimy and all good to go. The live deck is loaded. I got the tractor in place with another couple logs. I got the big bad blue and orange machine running, and we're ready to make some small pieces of wood. So we're gonna fire it up and we're gonna crank it up. Here we go. So there's the load. I just ran the processor for, I don't know, hour and a half, something like that. It's about all it takes. It doesn't take too long to fill this. Now I had the 4-way wedge, and you guys probably saw that. Because with the 4-way I'm getting a lot less debris. However, there's some bigger pieces in here, so I had to flip some back over. Some of the little ones still squirrel out on you, but the 4-way seems to work pretty good for most of it. So there's that. So the last couple logs I was cutting, I noticed sawdust flying all over in the air. And I went, why is there sawdust flying in there? I just figured I didn't think anything of it. Well, I come over here to check my, I was checking the bar oil to see how much I used, and there's not normally all the sawdust up here. So I'm thinking, well, something's got to be jammed. So I looked in here, and it was all piled up right here. So the chute, I'll get up in here and I'll show you. This is the chute where the sawdust flies out. That's kind of packed in there pretty tight, so I have to clear that out. So yeah, the whole chute got plugged because we had it right up, it was right up to the top of it, right here where the chute comes out. But yeah, we're getting quite a bit of sawdust. It's a little more than half full now, so I'll have to get this kind of cleaned out and do that. But right now, first thing I'm going to do after I get that cleaned out is I'm going to hook up the tractor. We're going to go out, get rid of this load, and you can see here with what I'm doing, I pulled some debris away from right underneath the elevator because it piles up there, and then sometimes a stick or a little piece of kindling will get caught up in the chain there, and it'll stop it. So you got to pull it out. That's happened a couple times now, but all this has got to be cleaned out from underneath. This is the unglorious part of the processor, is it pukes out all this stuff underneath here. So that's all got to be cleaned out, because you can't have it build up too high, because eventually if it gets high enough, it starts getting caught in all the works down there. So there's that. So we're gonna do a little cleanup here, because I have a load of wood coming tomorrow. So I'm gonna go pull this out into the field. I'm gonna hook up the truck for that and get it out so I can put it in the bin later. And then what I'm gonna do right now though is I'm going to move this crate around the corner here, and then take all these cookies and chunks, throw them in there, and then I'm going to get this cleaned up so we can get a truck in here tomorrow, because that's what's going to happen, because we're going to put the load of wood right over there in the morning. So there it is. I got the live deck all folded up. I got the logs. I moved them over here that were on the live deck. And I got this all wide open. So tomorrow he'll be able to just pull right in here real tight. Stay right on the concrete here. And then load the logs in rows running this direction. A row, and then a row, and then a row, and then a row, and a row. I think we can get like 6 rows in here. I'll have them reach out as far as you can that direction, and that it gets filled up. Then we'll just start running rows this direction then. So we figure we can get 3 truckloads between here, here, and then even make another row over here if we have to. But I do have the oak over there because I want to get that going first, because the oak takes the longest to dry. So I'm going to get that done first. Then when the oak's done, then I'll start on the hickory, and then we'll hit the hard maple after that, because that's what's coming. Supposedly it's all hard maple. I ordered 3 loads. They said they got 100 full cords, and I said I can get more if I want, but that's what I'm going to start with. So they're bringing me 1 tomorrow, and then next week a couple more, I guess. So I got to get going on that oak. I got to get the oak done, because that stuff's just like wet as can be, because it was fresh cut green trees, and it's wet. And you split it open, the water just squirts out of it. So it's not like barkless stuff where it's 50% dry already. So this stuff, hopefully it'll be dry by winter. So we'll see. Stuff's drying fast out in the field, out in the bins there, so that's a good thing. So anyway, that's it for today, folks. Tomorrow I'm going to be splitting wood. We're going to do resplits, so come on back 5:30 tomorrow morning. I will be here working. You're going to be here watching. Between now and then, go watch some other videos. There's lots of them. It'd be good for you. Good night, Irene.